Hey, what's up, my truth seekers? How are you guys doing? I know that I came on pretty late. It's like 7:45. I usually come on around about 7 o'clock, but I had a doctor's appointment, so I said, I didn't know whether I was gonna come on today or just go ahead and start tomorrow. Hi, Rhonda. How are you doing, girl? Glad you are here on my live. Yes, I'm just here for a little brief, maybe about 30 minutes or, an hour. But I wanted to go ahead and talk about Queen Elizabeth. I know you guys heard today that she had died at the age of 96. 96. And Charles, yes, Charles is now the king. Prince Charles is now the king now, or should I say, hail to the king, King Charles. But that's what I want to go ahead and talk about, guys, because like my friend always tell me, Rhonda, the rabbit hole just get deeper, and as you can see, it is getting deeper because there's a lot of stuff, guys. Like I said, just don't make sense. And I'm not here to sit there and put my foot on anyone, but we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna talk about facts. We're gonna make sure that we go ahead and comb through, get behind the veil, because there's a lot of stuff that does not make no sense. And I'm not here to sit there and try to because I know that Queen Elizabeth died, but there's a lot that's just don't make no sense, and what I really want to talk about is how the country is divided. It's like a black and white. It's like, we seen two different pictures. And even though I know that history has been overturned, especially when it comes to black history and how, everything is just, messed up, but the facts is out there. All we have to do is just keep searching. The facts is out there. And a lot of things that had happened, back then, we wants to go and sweep it under the rug. But like I told you guys, the first is gonna be last, and the last is gonna be first. And it's time for us to take back everything that was rightfully what was ours. And my heart goes out to Queen Elizabeth and the family. But I'm here to talk about, how it's like everything is divided. It's like black and white. If you look at the monarch, you will see that you don't even see pretty much black people in it. So if you are ruling the entire country, then it looked like we should be together, and I was reading so much stuff out there on Twitter how back then black people that was working, in the palace, working with the queen and working, in the monarch, they were saying how people that was in clerical, had positions, they was being taken out of that position. They was only using people, that does domestic stuff, like cleaning and maids, and but people that had, some type of desk work, or people that was, really, in there to do business, they had got them all out. And a lot of stuff, it just don't make no sense. So let me go ahead and see, because I was, on Twitter, and I've been finding a lot of stuff. A lot of people, like I say, it's split. So much stuff is going on, and they calling all this stuff out. Like I said, we are now living in end times where now, people is not just going to sit and just take people word as Bible. They're going to start searching. And that's the only way that we can be able to find the truth, if we keep searching. And like I say, when it comes to Google, Google has a huge search engine. And some of the things that Google have, we got to go ahead and check, because, but like I say, you cannot hide the truth anymore. People is searching. People is looking, because they want to see where they belong, especially when it comes to stuff like this, which I don't blame them. And that's what I want to go ahead and talk about, because there's a lot that, is going on. And I was reading some of the tweets where someone had talked about the crown jewel. Will Queen Elizabeth, did she put it in her will, or will King Prince, what's his name, King Charles now, will he give the crown back to its rightful owner? Not only the crown, but all the artifacts, the African artifacts. Will they return that back to Africa? Because we all know when it comes to the Culligan diamond, we know about that diamond. That diamond is worth millions of dollars. And I remember when Queen Elizabeth, she had once said that the diamond was so heavy on her head, that crown, where she really don't like to wear her crown. Of course it was heavy, because that diamond that was on your head, it does not belongs to you. It belongs to the children. And I'm here to talk facts, guys. I'm here to talk truth, because you know we looking at how these people have built an entire empire. I mean, an entire empire off of the children's bread. And just look at Africa. Look at the condition that Africa is in, and ask yourself, is this is right? Is this, this is not right at all. And Rhonda has said, seek on you should find, even the Most High said that, yeah, when you seek, you shall find. And most of all the stuff, look at this right here. I had pulled this article up, and I found this on Twitter right here. And it comes from the Sons. And they said that, I think that was like in the 70s or something like that, when they had did this article. It says secret 1933 film shows Edward VIII teaching this Nazi salute to the Queen. Just look at this. Their Royal Highness. But just look at this right here. How they said that Prince Edward VIII was teaching this Nazi salute, teaching this to the children. Queen, that's doesn't make no sense, especially when you supposed to be royalty. You there for the people. It's just a lot of stuff that's going on. And I also have read on Twitter where someone says, I guess when she says she's talking about Queen Elizabeth. She was literally on a tour of Africa trying to preserve colonialism. When she became queen, she personally directly benefit from the atrocities that were carried out by the British government in her name. So what they're saying is that they benefit. And even if Queen Elizabeth the second, she didn't have anything to do with it, but she benefit. And not only she benefit, everything that trickles down benefit as well. And I remember when Prince Harry, he had said the same thing, how they had benefit, off of other people. These people have benefit a lot. So I want to know, when King Charles, when he get into and sit on a throne, will he return all that back to Africa? Give these people their stuff back. Rhonda said all those stolen diamonds they took from Africa. Yes, and that's what I want to know. Will they give it back? And I remember, and I also had talked about it on several of my videos. I had said when the people in Africa was asking for all their artifacts back, they say, well, we give it back to them, they won't know what to do with it. They just will destroy it. No matter what they do with it, that is their stuff. If they want to destroy it or whatever they want to do with it, that's up to them what they want to do. It doesn't make sense. And that's like my sister said, the rabbit hole is just getting deeper and deeper. And now we got King Charles. Charles is on the seat. And we know that Charles, what he did, Camilla is going to be queen now. And she was his mistress. And you know how Prince Diane felt about it. I mean, this woman went through pure hell with Charles and his mistress. And I just know that she's just rolling over in her grave. Because she even said, while they was married, Charles was seeing Camilla. And, when we hear anything about people stepping out on their marriage, we will crucify them until kingdom come. But I don't see nobody, especially these bloggers, I don't see them making videos about this. You don't hear nobody talking about this. They ain't gonna talk about nothing like this. Now, this is the time that you should be talking about. But yet, King Charles is gonna be on the throne. Guys, come on, help me to make this make sense. Rhonda say they getting all our money from us working hard for. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So that's what I'm saying. Will they return all that back to the rightful owners? Because they had benefited off it. And this is what I like. Someone had used this scenario right here because someone on Twitter has said, well, how did Queen Elizabeth, how did, the monarch, how did they benefit from all for Africa? And someone had used this right here as a scenario. They said, imagine someone went into your bank account today who had no money, but now they got your money. They build their money they took from you and turn it into $1 billion fortune. They pass that fortune to their children and their children's children. You pass you nothing. And that's exactly what they did. That's exactly what they did. And I'm going to say a legend, but what's out there, what we're reading. And like I said, is at the end of the day, it's our opinion. But it's exactly, that's how it is. Just imagine you had nothing. You went into these people's country, dug so many holes where our own president of the United States, what's his name? Donald Trump had called Africa S-holes. How did those S-holes get there? These people dug until they pretty much cleaned Africa out. All these people, diamonds, minerals, golds, everything. And left these people nothing. And that's what this guy is saying when he wrote that. He said there and say these people have made fortunes. And all that stuff that they had got from out of Africa, all this stuff right there is passing down to their children. So they are reaping the benefits and left the children's nothing. Left the children in Africa nothing. Left them desolate. So I just hope, man, that somebody gonna make it right. I hope somebody make it right. And we can go ahead and paint this picture about, how they did, in how Queen Elizabeth and people that came before her, how they did the people in England. We could talk about that all day. But you did it for certain people. And the only way that they can go ahead and make it right is to return the children's bread back to them. And that's real talk. Rhonda say, they the one that's running this whole world. Now they not. And like I said, and that's why the Most High God is exposing it. He's pulling the sheets off of them as we speak. Enough is enough. Because how can you build an entire empire? How can you build an entire empire by going into somebody else's country? Come on, guys. Help me to make this make sense. How can you build an entire country by going into somebody else's country. I mean, build an entire empire by going into somebody else's country. How can you do that? How can you do this? It don't make no sense. It doesn't make no sense at all. And these people, they have really prospered all for Africa. They really have. But like I said, everybody, day is coming. And I just hope that they all repent, and gonna make it right. Because see, sometimes people have their heaven right here on earth. But they're gonna have to answer to someone, because we all have to answer to someone. And it's time for them, like I said, return it back to the sender. Of not the Most High God, He's exposing them as I speak. Someone has said, I am an African. I don't have reason to mourn or celebrate the departure of Queen Elizabeth. And that's what I was talking about. It's split. Because, see, we see it black and white. We got, you know, people that the descendants have went through so much. And they're not going to sit there and celebrate and moan over something that had their foot on your neck. This is what this person has said. They said, I am in Africa. I don't have a reason to mourn or celebrate the departure of Queen Elizabeth. She turned Africa queen to beggars and Africa kings to slaves. Let all British citizens and their colony servants and Africans celebrate her life. But what they are saying right there is that in Africa, they had kings and queens. That's really where kings and queens came from. But this person saying right here that they turned them all to slaves. And people, I read say, well, how did Queen Elizabeth, how did she play a part in it? And someone said, to us African, Queen Elizabeth is a symbol of slavery, oppression, and the pioneer of our poverty. The United Kingdom has caused us great suffering and pain. We today are reminded of the many of our forefathers who died as slaves under the rule. Like I said, that's how. Because these people sat there and really sat there and oppressed these people. And a lot of people, they asking how. All they have to do is Google. Like I say, Google has a huge search engine. That's all they have to do. Hi, Rachel. Glad you're here, girl. That's all right. No problem. I just came on maybe about 10 minutes ago. Rhonda said Diane was about business. She can't tell everything on these evil people, but they killed. Yeah, she's not the real queen or king. And like I say, I'm gonna stay on this subject a while, because there's a lot of stuff. Like you said, the rabbit hole is very deep, deeper than what we think. And we have a lot of people, like I said, I call them imposters. They took everything that was not nailed down, even took us, took our identity, took everything. And we supposed to not question this? We supposed to not say anything about it? But like I said, the truth is finding its way back home, as you can see. And we looking at how Charles King, what's his name? King Charles is now sitting on a throne. I don't even know how people couldn't even allow that to happen. There's a lot of stuff that these people have done. Look at Prince Andrew with the scandal he had. There's a lot of stuff that we turn the other cheek when it comes to certain people. But let it be us. If it was us, trust me, we sorry about that, my mic, but let it be us. We would say crucify him if it was our people. But see, certain people we want to go ahead and give a pass to. When you look at them, you can see who they is. Trust me, just look at these people. My God. And I don't understand how they can sit there and say they are the chosen ones. They are king and queen. God made, come on now. Come on now. These people look like you say boo, they'll run. But yet they are king and queens. And like I said, guys, it's just a lot of stuff. And we just gonna have to sit there and start doing our proper research. And that's the only way that we can be able to come to the truth. That's the only way that we could come to the truth. We just have to do our proper research. Look at King James, how King James took the Bible and revised it and turned it into white supremacists. You know, it's a lot of stuff that we just have to question, you know, because there's a lot of stuff that these people have done. A lot of stuff. And we're going to get into all this. We're going to get into all this. And this is what someone has said. If you're mad about people joking about Queen Elizabeth, please ask yourself why we should feel bad about for a racist woman whose family benefit and profit from the slave trade and the colonialism for generations. And like I said, you know, you can't stop people from feeling the way that they feel because you have benefit off of slaves, the descendants of slaves, and still didn't want black people to have high positions. Only when they was like domestic, you know, cooking and cleaning. That was the only time they was able to, you know, be inside of the palace. And someone has said, what is your evidence that she was racist? And I just showed someone say, well, show us the evidence that she was racist. Well, first of all, that big Culligan diamond that's on her crown, that was the children's bread. And that was worth millions of dollars. If I know I was on my dying bed, I would have went ahead and gave it back. Second of all, they had slaves working for them. Slaves built what that was, Kingston Palace. And this right here, I showed you guys earlier. Look at this right here. This comes from the Sun, where they had broke this exclusive news secret. 1933 film shows Edward VIII teaching this Nazi salute to the Queen. Look at them. Look at them. Just look at this right here. And we can go farther. Like I said, the rabbit hole goes deep. Look at Prince Charlotte. You remember Prince Charlotte, which I'm going to go ahead and show all this. Make sure I have my presentation together. Like I said, I just came on just at the spur of the moment. But remember Prince Charlotte was black. They named Charlotte, North Carolina after her. And they painted her so white where she looked like she they say she was a mulatto, but I don't believe she was a mulatto, but that's what they say. They painted her so white. But you really don't even hear nobody talk about that. Look at Meghan Markle, how she said she was treated. And they say she was a lie. You trying to tell me that a person don't know how they felt? If she felt like she wasn't welcome in that place, I don't think she would have came out and just came out with a lie. She felt like she wasn't welcome. She felt like she was being discriminated. But yet you want to say that she was lying. She was just saying that just to tarnish the crown. No, that's how she felt. Because I truly believe that if she was just doing it just to be doing it, I don't think that Prince Harry would have followed her. So how can you run a country with racist views? That does not make no sense at all. You know, it's just a lot of stuff don't make no sense. And all you have to do is just research, and it's all out there. And someone had wrote this article right here. They say people of color were banned from clerical positions at the palace unless domestic servants. I just talked about that. People didn't notice POC in those positions until the 90s. These clauses with Buckingham Palace Pacific no, no, negotiated technically remain in place today. And they said the exemption from the law in the 1960s, government ministers sought to introduce laws that would make it illegal to refuse employ and individuals on the grounds of their race of ethnicity. The city has remained personally exempt from those quality laws for more than 4 decades. The exemption has made it impossible for women or people, especially minorities, from working for household to complete to the court if they believe they have been discriminated against. But like I say, this stuff right here, you know, it goes way back. And this right here was right here in the 1960s, and they was facing discrimination suits. And also right here it says the paperwork. Let me put my glasses on. The paperwork discovered at the National Archive as part of the Guardian's ongoing investigation into the royal family, the use of, oh my God. But like I said, you know, there's a lot of stuff that's going on. It's just a lot. And it's all out there. It's just that we have to, you know, do our proper research. You know, the nearly 100-year-old, well, that's something else. But guys, what you think about it? And look at this. I'm watching a picture right here. I thought I had posted this picture, how it's showing that in some building, a warehouse or wherever, nothing but the gold. Nothing but the gold. These people, they were very wealthy. Nothing but the gold. And most of all that stuff came out of Africa. Yep, yep. I wish I could have posted this picture. Let me see if I got this picture. I want you guys to see it. I mean, nothing but the gold, guys. Let me see if I can post this picture. If not, I'll post it tomorrow. But this right here says, to us Africans, Queen Elizabeth is a symbol of slavery, oppression, and a pioneer of our poverty. The United Kingdom has caused us great suffering and pain. We today are reminded of the many of our forefathers who died as slaves under her rule. To us Middle Eastern too, for us, now this is what this guy says, to us Middle Easterns too, for us it is a symbol of centuries of elite terror, military occupation, creating disunion, plundering resources, and destroying country. For example, the diamond of the Queen crown. Now, this is what the guy from the Middle East, he heard up and talked about the Queen crown, that diamond on that crown, and he's from the Middle East. Now, he want to sit there and say that that diamond came from the Middle East, which we already know, if you do your proper research, that the Middle Eastern back then was really Africa. They split that up. They put an artificial canal called the Suez Canal, Suez canal, to split up Africa so they could take that part. And then they called that the Middle East. Go ahead and do your research. Like I told you, Google has a huge search engine. All you have to do is use it. Because the Middle East really was Africa. And someone says, don't be not naive. Okay, slavery was long in existence before the white came to Africa. Yes, slavery was. But see, the white man, the European man, he took slavery to another level. Yes, slavery probably was back then in Africa. They were selling other slaves. Yeah, that happened. But the European, they took slaves to a whole nother level, to a detestable level. I mean, they did so much stuff to our people. And then someone says, what's slavery? She became queen in the year of 1952. And somebody said, I'm tired of hearing these people. You guys need to just go ahead and start doing your research. And that's what I said too. Rachel said, yep, I have sailed the Suez Canal several times. Oh, come on, girl. So where you from, Rachel? She said she have sailed the Suez Canal several times. Yeah, I'm just hearing about it. I think it was 2 weeks ago when I was doing my research when they dig that canal in order to divide Africa. They and called it the Middle East. So you know why they did that. What they was doing was they was just trying to bring in white supremacists. There's a lot of stuff that these people done. They did that. And I don't understand how. Well, then again, I do understand, because I was about to say I don't understand how the Africans allowed that to happen. We have to realize that when these people came in, they came in with guns and all kinds of stuff to go ahead and turn Africa upside down. So, and everything else they did. Yes, they are, Rhonda. You are absolutely right. Virginia retired from the Navy 15 months ago. Okay, okay. Yeah, these people have done something. They have really overturned our history. Really overturned our history. They have done so much where, it's just, but like I said, their time is coming. And one thing about our people is awakened now. They're not going to just sit there and just take their word now. They going out there and they researching. Because the first thing they're going to say, everything came from the Middle East. No, you guys, y'all sit there and y'all took the Middle East from Africa. That's Africa. That was all part of Africa. You know? So someone says, that's just to show you these people don't want to research, support evil and help them largely. Only blacks who don't know their history will mourn her. Yeah, like they said, this guy said the only way that a black person gonna mourn and cry over Queen Elizabeth because they don't know the history. That's just like this black lady that was on CNN, how they only used her as a token, had her to talk all about the stuff about what was going on in the monarchy in with Prince, all Queen Elizabeth and Prince Charles, and all she had was nothing but good stuff to say. It took a white lady to sit there and start talking about all the dirty secrets behind the monarchy. But we had this token coming on CNN trying to sit there and uplift these people, and had, just I guess she was just saying all that because she was on TV. And like I said, I don't understand some of our people. I just don't understand it. But like I said, this younger generation right here, they not having it. They questioning everything. Uh, this person says she was tortured with axes during Kenya's struggle for independence for British colony rules as Britain celebrate. Well, that's something else. But like I say, guys, there's a lot of stuff that just don't make sense. But the truth, like I say, the truth gonna always find its way back home. This person said right here, before you rejoice at the demise of Queen Elizabeth, apart from the fact that your documents are at the UK ambassador, remember that your forefather were the ones who first sold their kind. They protect the porter of slaves trade. The black man is the black man's biggest enemy. That could be true too. That's true too. Ain't nobody denying that. Our own people did a lot of slave trading as well. But like I said, the European people, they took it to another level, to a detestable level. You know exactly what they did. They, please stop peddling nonsense. Study in Nigeria University bribe their way through school. You can ignore the environment enabled by to the corrupt lecture their kind because the tribe didn't exist because of Nigerian show. But like I say, guys, there's a lot of stuff out here. All we have to do is just learn to research. And once we research and just keep knocking these walls down, trust me, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna find the truth. The devil's still over there in Africa taking, yeah, he done took everything. He done took everything that nailed down. Like I had told you guys, I think it was when I was doing some research, I saw an African lady, a meteorite had fell in the back of her yard. And who you think was right there on the scene to take it out of her hand? And the thing about it, this white man said that, oh, it was worth no more than like $20 or $30. Yeah, right. Now you think he drove all the way to where this lady was to take a meteorite out of her hands that was worth $20. The devil is a liar. Like I say, everything that we have, they want to take. And I don't understand how our people allow this to happen. But we're waking up because now I think it's in the Nigeria about the they banned an all white models out of that country. They don't want no white pictures of white models when they got black models, which that makes sense. Why are you going to have all white models representing your country when Nigeria is majority of them is all black? Sometimes it's can we have something that belongs to us, something of our own? Rhonda said I call them takers. No, I don't call them just takers. Let me tell you what I call them, Rhonda. I call them kinker worms and palmer worms and locusts, which mean they would suck you dry. They will suck you dry. That's what I call them. And like I said, enough is enough. They have a way of sitting there coming in and just taking everything that is not nailed down. And nobody is being racist because, like I said there and say, I'm talking to my people, and enough is enough. It's time for us to wake up, because we more valuable than what we think we are. Why you think they can't stay from out of Africa? Why you think they can't stop from hunting us down like sheep for the slaughter? Come on, guys, wake up. Come on, wake up. They are taught to mourn the death of the queen who look. This guy, see, he look. He said they are taught to mourn the death of the queen who stole their economy and made them slaves to get a piece of the economy she stole from them, but crucified other blacks over media reports. Queen Elizabeth, the colonized and slave traders, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II died. Well, I just hope that these people sit there and just, I don't know, like I said there and say, they all got their date. Every dog got their date. And I hope that King King Charles, now that he's sitting on the throne, and we know that his hands is just dripping. And I hope before he closes his eyes, he make it right and give these people back all their artifacts, their golds, their diamonds. Give it all back to them. Because I used to always ask myself, I say, Africa is the richest continent, but have the poorest people. I say, how is that so? How is that so? Which I used to do one of the when I used to do hair, I used to do one of the African ladies' hair. She said, "No, Africa got some people that very wealthy, which we already know because Portia grabbed one of them. Nene got one of them. But the reason why most of this stuff happened because these people are robbing their land. I even made a document which I went ahead and took that off. You remember, is a document that you can go ahead and check it out. It's on YouTube with Hershey. Yeah, Hershey. You know the chocolate bars. Hershey. Hershey was getting free labor. You know, they really call it like slave trade. Having these people sitting there working in a field, gathering all those cocoa beans, getting a penny off a dollar, only giving these people nothing. I mean, these people were sitting there working for nothing while you see Hershey. They have a building, sky-rising building, billionaires. But these people wasn't getting nothing. And they was the one that was growing the cocoa beans. And I said there and I saw this. I say, I'm not even supporting these people no more. And they wrote an article saying that they was not going to use children label anymore. But you prospered off of that. And I was saying, I say, if these people are, in the field doing the cocoa beans and trading it to Hershey, why they living in shacks? Why they living in the condition that they are living in? And these people that's sitting there taking these people's stuff from out of their country, they live in large. Come on, guys, help me to make this make sense. That does not make no sense at all. Old Charles not going to do it. Well, I hope he gonna do it. Well, he ain't gonna do it, Ron. Somebody's gonna make him do it. Trust me. Somebody's gonna make him do it because this generation right here is not gonna have it. They not gonna play it. And they coming back. They coming back for the children's bread. Everything that those kinkerworms, palmer worms, and locusts took from them. They coming back and they gonna take it and they gonna have to repay them with interest. Trust me. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. And like I said, these people have reaped. I remember reading an article when the slaves first came to England, how they were saying that at first Queen Elizabeth, not this Queen Elizabeth, but I guess Queen Elizabeth the first, she didn't want it, the slaves, she felt the sorry where she didn't want them to capture slaves out of their country. But I read when she found out the money that was made, she allowed it to happen. She allowed them to go back to Africa with a ship that called Jesus. Yes, a ship that called Jesus to go and capture slaves. Come on, guys. And now that they know all about it, what are they going to do? Just continue, Your children's children is benefiting off of these people. And these people in Africa, some of them that they have sitting there taking their diamonds and taking them, and these people need to be reimbursed. We need to be reimbursed because we are descendants of slaves. They need to go ahead and cut the check. Cut the check. And they say, "Oh, you guys, y'all wasn't in slavery. We still have the residue. We still have the effects. It's just a new name, modern day slavery. You just took the plantation and just built prisons." That's why you can go and hunt our young men down like sheep for the slaughter, taking the babies, like I said on several of my videos, and putting them into the jails and the prisons, because that's a $1 billion industry. Modern day plantations. That's all that is. Rhonda say them lizards something else. Them lizards. But like I said, honey, they have in their kingdom right now. But honey, just imagine, just imagine, because hell is real. Trust me. Somebody had said, Queen had all the slaves. Yeah, I guess she did. How fast do we forget how the English people mistreated our ancestors? They stole their land, slaughtered them, the big order of them, forced them into hard labor, and sold the rest as slaves. Funny, I'm typing English, but like I said, they know all this. They know all this had happened. These people built an entire empire off the back of slaves. Free labor. Come on, guys. Is that right? But yet they want us to sit there and celebrate all this. How can you celebrate all this? Tell me how. How can you celebrate this? When countries request the queen leave their land and give it back to the people, she would charge them for the benefit of colonialism, so they were essentially still slaves to the crown. So, right here, what this lady said, she said when they wanted to get their land, when Queen leave their land and gave it back to the people, when they wanted their land, say that the queen, and I'm gonna say allegedly, I'm just only reading this, but she said the queen would charge them for the benefit, so they were still slaves. Wow. Someone says she died, but we are still slaves. Many nations colonized by the British Empire sent their condolences to Queen Elizabeth II. Something is wrong here. It is like a free slave in a free state going back to the South to attend his master funeral. Mm-mm-mm. Lord have mercy. Like I said, honey, we see two different view of things. You know, we just see two different views of things. Everything is black and white. We see two different views. We got the white see something else, and we have the blacks that see something else. And the only way that we can be able to come to common grounds is that everybody do their research. It's out there. Like I said, the word is not hidden. It's only hidden to those that are lost. The lady is way older than they say. Just look at it. Yeah, as we are still slaves, people think we are not, but we are. Yeah, yes, we are still slaves. It's just what we call now modern day slaves. We may not be on the plantation picking cottons, but we picking, you know what? We picking plenty of that. And not only picking plenty of that, we feel like, some of us feel like we the house Negroes when they throw us a few crumbs here and there, not knowing that we can own the entire table, the entire house, because everything that they giving back to us anyway, it is ours. It is ours. Return these people stuff back to them. Return it back to the sender. You know? And the thing about it, they want to call black people lazy. How the heck you can call these people lazy when you rolled off of their backs everything that you got because of them? So I hope when they tell the truth, they tell the truth. Because I'm watching CNN, how they sitting there, they want to sit there and paint this pretty picture. But go, like my sister say, go down the rabbit hole. Go behind the veil and see the truth. And this guy say, a master rules over a slave till the day the slave buys his own freedom from the master. And regarding death, it is the great lever. Treat the people with respect as a fellow human being, at least at that time of his or her death. And like I say, we only could sit there and tell what we know. We only can tell what we know. That's it. They only can tell what they know. Rhonda said, hi, unapologetic facts. Glad you're here, girl. I just came at the spur of the moment. I was going to come on tomorrow and talk about it, but I say, let me go ahead since I didn't talk for 2 days. Welcome, guys. Welcome to my channel. Like I say, in here, we eat meat. No babies in here, only grown folks, and we're going to call it like it is. You know, it is in here. Nobody got time to tickle nobody's ears. It's time for us to sit there and tell the truth, because the truth is the only way that's going to set us free. And it's time for them to sit there and return back to the sender. This person says right here, I refuse to participate in the sham mourning of Queen Elizabeth, the slave master. That woman participated in the enslavement and torture of my ancestors. I celebrate her demise and follow slave masters and sympathize. Hope, well, I ain't gonna read that, but it's just messed up, guys. It's just messed up. And when I saw this black sister on CNN painting this beautiful picture of the monarchy, painting this beautiful picture, knowing that King Charles, Prince Charles, where he's now king, was a cheater. Andrew allegedly was a pet of the pet. I'm not going to say, but you know what I'm talking about. Which they cleaned that up, saying that that was not true. And you know that most likely they're going to do and say something like that. You know, it doesn't make sense. And we see two sides of everything. But like I said, guys, their time is almost up. Their time is up. Because you can't lie anymore. Because the facts is all out there. All you have to do is sit there and research it. Someone says Queen Elizabeth is a part of a demonic family that sent one of their first slave ships to Africa. That ship was called Jesus. And I talked about that. Didn't I talk about that earlier? About that first ship, that first slave ship? Called the slave ship Jesus. Can't you believe that? Went down there to Africa and stole everything that was not nailed down, including us, and had the audacity to call that slave ship Jesus. The devil is a liar. The devil is a liar. And not only that, King James had the audacity to revise the Bible. Like I said, these people did a lot to our history. They really sat there and tarnished our history. But the truth gonna find its way back home, trust me. One thing that I know, karma knows its address. And you shall reap what you sow. You shall reap what you sow. And all I can say is, Lord, have mercy upon their soul. Someone says, don't forget that in British colonies, slaves were treated as non humans to be worked to death, as it was cheaper to purchase another slave than to keep one alive. Seen as non human, many of the enslaved women were the big R and recognized as rapeable human beings. All that these people did to us, all this stuff that these people did to us, and we supposed to be happy today. We supposed to be happy today. Like I said, anyone, especially our people, that even shed a tear for this mess, something got to be wrong with you, because the facts is already out there. The facts is already out there. Do them people think that they was gonna continue covering this lie, even though they told a lie after lie after lie? These people have been ruling for over 700 years. So their time got to be up now. And the only reason why their time is not up, because it's because of us. We are so comfortable in the condition that we are in. We are so complacent, sitting at the feet. We don't want to come out, because if we wanted to come out, then we would do our research and we would put our foot on the ground and come out of her. Like I told you, we are the lifeline to everything that exists today. Without us, nothing exists. Nothing. They call us subject, and we had to subject ourselves to their wants and order as slaves. We were free for takers in their colonies, with no right to any self-determination. Somehow, those that were the most disenfranchised are mourning her loss the most. Queen Elizabeth literally had folks the big M after reaping the benefits of slave trade. And you all black, you know what, are upset about people making, talking about it. Don't forget a slave profit. They're happy of how they profit, tortured of millions of blacks and brown people throughout the world and destroyed the evidence. Yeah, that's what they did. They tortured us, did everything that they could to us, and they destroyed the evidence. But the evidence is not destroyed. We just put it. Just take a little time to put it back together, piece by piece, piece by piece. We putting it back together. It's finding its way back home. These people did up some stuff, and I was asking, how did these people, who was behind all this, how these people was able, a little small group of people, because the European race, and I'm not talking about all Europeans are bad guys. I'm talking about I'm talking about the ones that did what they did, and the ones that's benefiting all for them today. Now, if you know that what they done was wrong, then you need to go sit there and teach your people, t- educate your people how wrong your people did to our people. Make them see through our eyes how we've been through, what all the stuff that we've been going through. That's all you have to do. But like I say, it's a lot of stuff that they have done. But like I said, it's coming to surface. We just got to keep searching and keep searching. And when we find it, it's going to be just like treasure, hidden treasure. When you find treasure, you're going to hold on to it. Someone says, like I said, I'm reading it all. Some people say, please be respectful when talking about the queen. She was a head of the state, a monarch, a mother of multiple petty, PD, you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to say the word. And most important, a devout cousin to her husband. So they say that she was married to her cousin, but she had multiple pedos, you know what I'm talking about, in her family. Can't tell the anger comment. My God, always someone without a real profile. Whatever you may think of the queen, remember you're probably not perfect either. Can I ask a question? If someone you care about, the first thing you do is basically search to all the bad things they do to make them seem bad. Queen, but she, some real. But like I said, guys, it's just so much stuff, man. It's just split. It's just divided. Everything is just divided. And the thing about it is that it always be black and white. It's like we see two different things. And like I say, the only thing that I could say is just some people, they so comfortable with how it is. Nobody wants to change, which I wouldn't want to change either if I got it like that. Who wants to change just to sit there and make somebody else comfortable, you know? So quite obvious they're gonna hold on to their white lie, you know, they're gonna hold on to it because they are the ones that are benefiting the most out of it. So that's why it's happening. So guys, look, I've been on an hour. I'm gonna go ahead and close it down. Thank you, Rhonda, for always holding me down. Unapologetic facts. Thank you, guys. Rachel, thank you, and all you guys. Thank you for tuning in to my live. I might come on tomorrow, guys. If you want to come in and ask some questions or some things that you want me to go ahead and talk about, feel free. But I'm gonna stay on this a while. And the reason why I'm gonna stay on this right here because I've been wanting to talk about this. It's just that, I was wondering when my people was gonna come on board because we're so distracted with all this other stuff, which, like I say, when it comes to the reality shows, I don't mind talking about it because, like I said, now I know exactly what I'm doing. I could take the foolish things of this world to confound the wise. And sometimes you can take all that mess and turn it into a message. Star Child said, I can appreciate you, Miss D, for telling the truth. Amen. The truth is the only thing that's going to go ahead and set us free. And I like my live. I like coming on live, even though I don't really edit my lives. I just talk. If I just stumble over my words, I just go ahead and stumble over my words. Because when I do my videos, all that editing and cutting, I just say, I'm just here to be free. We all at home, grown folks just talking, just like, family, just breaking bread, trying to sit there and cut through all these lies. And we know it was a bunch of lies. Now tell me right now, all this stuff that's going is happening. This is not happening for just to be happening. It's God exposing them. The Most High God is exposing it. He's bringing it all to light. Because they sitting there, they eating off the children's bread. And it's time for us to take it back. Everything that the devil stole from us, we want it back with interest. Amen. So, guys, on that note, you all be blessed. And I will try to come on tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and post it on my community tab to let you know what time I'm gonna come on. Most likely, maybe about uh 11, 10:30 or 11 o'clock Central tomorrow morning. I might come on, and if I don't come on that time, I come on tonight around about 6 or 7. But I'm gonna go ahead and post it on my community tab to let you know, guys, what time I'm gonna come on. So on that note, guys, you all be blessed and have a good